Coming home in the evening, each day much on my mind. Fast.
Hi there, peace unto you. My name is Rashida Ali and welcome to Rashida TV, a place to be to gain practical tools on how to create tranquility in your heart. Now welcome to another Q&A segment of Rashida TV, and today's question comes from Layla, and Layla writes, "Hi Rashida, my question today is something that has always been bothering me, and I have just realized how much it's affecting me, my spouse, and the upbringing of my children. Now the question is, how do I unlearn or break the cycle of harsh forms of parenting if that's how I was raised, and I am really struggling not to use the same method as my parents did when I was growing up? Please help. I look forward to you answering my question. Lots of love, Layla." Thank you so much, Layla, for this question. I want you to realize that you are not alone. A lot of people's upbringing shape the way they behave, and this really affects sometimes the way they are in a relationship. And sometimes it can be difficult to avoid these triggers because this is all you've known since when you've been growing up, and this is what you were brought up with. But with a lot of practice and with a lot of help, it's possible to unlearn this behavior. So I want you to realize that you've done the most important thing, which is being aware that you are bringing your past behavior into your new relationship. A lot of people get stuck here and they don't realize what they're doing, and not until a lot of damage has been done. So in today's video, we're going to look at 2 steps that you can take in order to unlearn this behavior. So the first step is some mind games that you can do, some questioning you can do, some thoughts that you can have in your mind that would really help you to unlearn this behavior. And then the second step will be some actions that you can take. Number 1 question that you can always ask yourself is, who do I want my children to grow up into? We are the role models for our children as parents. When you think about this, it really helps you to control yourself with the way you behave to them, because they're going to learn what you do and they're going to copy you. And that's what they're going to do. So number 2 question that you can ask yourself is, how did you feel when your parents were doing this to you? When they were treating you this way, being harsh to you, how did you feel? So when you think about this, you're going to put yourself in your children's shoes. Try and feel what they're feeling, just the way you were feeling when you were growing up. It helps you to ensure that you're not treating your kids the way you don't want to be treated, or the way you never wanted to be treated. So number 3 will be to ask yourself, how do you want your children to perceive you as? Who do you want them to know who you are? Do you want them to know you are someone who is harsh, someone who is always angry, someone who really treats them really bad? I'm sure you don't want that. You want your children to have good memories about you. Memories that as a loving parent, someone who really looks after them, being there for them. So when you think about this, because that whatever you do now, that's the lasting memory they're going to have. And you want them to always have good memories of you. Maybe when they have their own children as well, or maybe when they grow older, or perhaps maybe when you're not there anymore. So number 4 will be to always remember that everyone is different and every child is different. So the kind of techniques or strategies that was used for you when you were growing up does not necessarily mean that that's going to work for your child. Now let's look at the second part, which is taking action. So yes, it's not enough for you to just have those thoughts and think, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is what I want my child to be. But if you don't take action, then those behaviors that you've learned, you're still going to keep doing it. So how can we take action? So number 1 will be to ask maybe your spouse or your family or your close friends that are always around you, maybe when you're dealing with your children, and just try and explain things. So maybe if I am doing this behavior and you see me, can you please maybe stop me or try to correct me? And obviously you should be ready to take correction. Now this is going to really help you, because sometimes when we're used to things, we can control ourselves when we're acting. So maybe when you're telling your child off, because you're used to this behavior, it might be hard to control yourself at that point in time. But if you have somebody that can stop you or restrain you and tell you, okay, you're doing this now, or you're doing this behavior, can you stop it? This would help you to kind of get yourself back together, back on track, and can help you control yourself. Now the second thing will be self-help. So you can read books and try to see how you can be a better person. Maybe go for courses, do some exercises, do some self-reflection. And then finally will be to seek professional help. So yes, some of these Some of these behaviors and these patterns are things that have been in us for a long time, but depending on how much embedded it is in you, it could be a bit difficult sometimes to unlearn these behaviors yourself. So sometimes you need to seek professional help. Speak to a coach, speak to a counselor, speak to a therapist, someone that can really help you deeply in order to really heal from the inside. Because not until you can heal from the inside and you're very comfortable with yourself, knowing that yes, you have left all that behavior and you're not going back to that. So that's the only time you can stop this from happening with another person. So Layla, this is my A to your Q. And I know this is a sensitive topic and there's a lot to talk about, but obviously not in this short video, but I hope this has helped. Now it's your turn. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know, have you ever been able to unlearn this behavior and not use it in your new relationship? Please do share the tips that you've used and please leave a comment below. Did you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please share with your friends and families. Remember, having tranquility in your heart is the key ingredient to having a successful and a happy life. Thank you so much for watching, and God willing, I'll catch you in the next episode of Rashida TV.
Coming home in the evening, each day much on my mind.